all of these people are well balanced considering some of the other killers in DVD. I'll just say that. Like, would you like to romance Doctor or Hag? Like, ugh. No. I choose uninstall the game. It's another special stream today on this Saturday. If you're watching in Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, I don't know when you're watching this, but we're doing playthrough number 3, the Huntress playthrough. We're having, say it multiple times like I did with the Wraith. If you're watching this on YouTube, watch my Spirit playthrough first, because that was my first playthrough of the game. Had a lot of my initial reactions to stuff. Watch the Wraith playthrough second, because it was wildly different, and I'm going into this not knowing what to expect after that. So yeah, just watch them in order. It's probably for the best. But for those who have watching in Twitch, or if you've watched the other two, welcome. It's time to go with the big STRONK lady. We're doing our Huntress, but hey, there she is. We're doing our Huntress playthrough. So, interested in seeing how this goes to see if it's more like Spirit, if Wraith was the odd one out, or if all of them are just wildly different from each other. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat as if you'd nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that, despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Oh, wow. Really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute? Can I go on? Alright, I mean, I can give you a minute. We've got plenty of time. We have endless time, really.
An eternity, if you catch my drift.
Oh, not now, Ocean. Sorry, may I continue? Yeah, go on. Alright then, as I was... Ugh. As I was saying... You look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery.
Yeah, hello.
A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit, a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? Alright, we've dug up the face so many times. We've dug it up, we've kept the coin, we've given the coin to the narrator, we've asked multiple things. So you know what? Let's not even bother with that head in the face. Let's run. Just get away from it all. I'm sure, yeah, game over, you escape. No. You turn away from this wretched sight and begin to run. But the beach, it's endless. Despite how far you run, you get nowhere. Exhausted, you stop and look behind you, your footsteps erased by soft blue wave. You turn inland, considering your lack of options. You've got no choice but to walk into the brush. However, the beauty of the beach is not shared by the darkness of the palmy woods before you. There is nothing inviting about that shadowy forest. Terror freezes you in your steps.
Why are you trying to run away? This is paradise. You're here to enjoy yourself, don't you know? Have a little bit of fun. Take charge of your own experience.
Well, that was sure weird. It was that voice again. Do oceans normally talk? Your memory isn't quite right, but you're pretty sure you remember learning as a child that oceans do not speak directly to people in spooky terms. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation as you feel something soft bump into your foot. Blomp. When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand next to you. You stare down frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Little help, please. You turn around, and when you see what's waiting for you, your jaw just about hits the ground. The Huntress. The Wraith. The Spirit. The Trapper. Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know, I don't want to be judgmental, but that is just kind of the energy they're putting out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you're completely paralyzed. Hello? There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up the monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy-ass monsters, though. What do you do? Alright. This is a Huntress playthrough. The beginning doesn't matter as much. For those who have just watching this on Twitch and have not seen the other things. The intros kind of give you a little affection with what you say. It's like some people like stuff more than others, but... So, this was actually Trapper when we're just like, no. And people are like, excuse me? And he kind of like likes your confidence. This was Huntress, and so it's like, oh, it's a Huntress playthrough, do that. Yeah, but let's see something new. Clearly this is going to be, Spirit. We're not taking part. You stand frozen in complete silence. Can I be honest with you? It's kind of a weird move. It's as if you truly don't care that someone asked you politely. You're doing you, despite how much of a weirdo or a jerk it might make you look like. Clearly, you don't even care. Is this like some kind of display of confidence? Confusion? Sheer awkwardness? You feel judged, but you're not sure how. Spirit cuts the silence with a giggle that she quickly swallows when she sees that it caught your attention. Surprise! Being aloof. Huntress jogs over to collect the ball from the ground next to you before heading back to the volleyball court with everyone else. Except for Spirit. She is really staring you down, her expression hardening as you watch her. The longer you hold her gaze, the more angry she seems to become before turning with a huff and floating off to join the others. Alone again. You look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? Excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction.
Don't be scared. You were made for this.
If the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all gonna work out. But with no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. Seems like you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. You derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Alright, look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. It's kind of a policy a-hole for anyone who always has fresh blood on their hands. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? That was Wraith. The sigh means he was done with the game too. Well, that or he saw a butterfly or Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill them or not? You know you can't. At least not yet. Yeah, not yet. Hey, you might want to, say something. Never mind. You know, there will be plenty of time for that soon enough, but right now the group has some questions for you. Be warned, answer. Now, we don't need to answer quickly or well. It'll be very important, or not important in any way whatsoever. It's that one. How attractive would you say you are? Yeah, we've never done very, but Huntress likes this one, so I guess if you want to see very, you'll have to come back for the Trapper playthrough. We'll say average. I'm pretty average, I think.
Just another face in the crowd, another normal, meaningless life in an endless cycle.
I think you're quite cute myself, like a chipmunk or a grizzly bear.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
I mean, one of the two will like this. We've never picked that, so super strength would be cool. Strength isn't all about muscles. True strength is up here. You expect Trapper to like point to his head, but instead he just taps one of his bulging shoulders. It's specifically in these muscles. Nobody gives a shit about your calves. Hey, true strength isn't about muscles. It's all here. These ones, right? What was your best subject in school? Well, skipping class, I guess. Again, will this be a Trapper or a Huntress answer? Don't know. You could say I majored in skipping class. Ha! If I had ever gone to school, I'm sure I would have done great in skipping class. I prefer skipping over walking almost always. Aw, that's kind of cutely wholesome. What's your favorite animal? We've done all of these, so we know Huntress likes that. Dog? Aw, you'd look absolutely adorable in a little puppy mask.
What's your favorite color?
Don't think any of these matter. I don't know. Blue. Blue isn't good for productivity. Makes people want to be lazy.
What's your dream job?
All right. We know Spirit. We know Wraith. Which one likes nightclub promoter? You know, I would definitely be a nightclub promoter. Everyone groans, and let's be honest, they're right to do so. Or just everyone's like, ugh, nightclub, what's up with this guy? Toss him in the... He is wearing blue. Well, you know, he's a fancy rich boy. The rules don't apply to him. Luring folks into the dark? Not just anyone can do that. Oh, okay. So I guess he kind of like best flavor of ice cream. Horse flesh?
Horse flesh. I mean...
My favorite's pain. Same.
Same here. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain.
I think mint chip's the greatest flavor ever conceived myself. But enough about ice cream, am I right? Wait, actually, hold on a second. This reminds me, I am right. Always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. You do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip.
Oh, we're teaching lessons now, narrator. You rascal, kill or be killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices.
Tell me, what's the best flavor? Yeah, you have to agree or you get a game over. We're gonna disagree once, though. Fuck you, narrator, it's horse flesh. You have a reading comprehension problem? I just told you mint chip was where it's at. You almost bought yourself a game over there, buddy. That's right, I can end your life whenever I want to. I'm in control, so don't you forget it. If I say you like mint chip, you like mint chip. Now try it again. What's the best flavor? Oh, you don't get... I thought the ocean said something if you disagreed the first time. I guess he only says if you fully agree, and then ocean's like, yeah, it is fun to make people game over.
So obedient.
Oh, I think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them. I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I am the smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Wraith. Hi, I'm Wraith. I'm nothing like everyone else. I like nice people and loathe big, dumb idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I mean, I don't really hate most things either. It's just not worth my time. But the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose just not to take part. Yeah, like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Oh, wait, I'm remembering. That's almost exactly what happened. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Grow up. Grow a body. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. Oh, you love it. Only sometimes. Really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it. Don't speak for me. I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on, otherwise they're gonna do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll wanna show off soon enough. If we're done playing, let's do something else instead. Wow, for once I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht. It's the massive boat dock nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth. The way it's flaunted needlessly and the cruelty it engenders. You want to date the ocean? Alas, there is no date the ocean path. You can't woo the entity. I mean, the ocean is totally not the entity, what? What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, beautiful. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you all serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out at right here. I'm tired. Besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? We want to go to the volleyball game. This time. Look, I hate that I interrupted your game. You should finish it. Yay! I love to play outdoors. I also love to meet new people. I also love to bring them home to play. I'm sort of a big kid at heart. Obviously you are too. I like you already. I hate people who are too serious. They ruin everything. Well, they do if you don't handle them swiftly. Hold on. Just one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and, well, basically every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murderer's Island. Cue dramatical musical flourish. She loves to meet people. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember in her lore if I don't know if it said anything about her straight up actually eating people. Like, clearly everyone is a cannibal, at least at the first dinner when you're eating Felix, but like Hag's and Cannibal's a cannibal. Hag eats people. I don't know if Huntress actually used people as meat, or if she did, it wasn't like a big part of her thing. None of the others survived. But survived the interview process, I mean. Hence why we shall herefore refer to them as survivors, with a capital S. Look, these two have worked here a long time. So very long. I don't actually know how long it's been. But, sorry, anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they are vibrating with a nervous energy that is starting to give me the creeps. We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. The least you can do is allow us to do our job. The most you can do is help us get off this island. Dwight! Yeah, pardon me. Follow us. Hey, narrator. Yeah, something I can help you with. Those two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just say something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Like, should I be trying to escape? Escape them? No. I think you're mistaken. Well, it seemed like Dwight was asking for help to, and I quote, get off this island. Yeah, that. Yeah, that's true. He was. But he just meant that he wants to get to the other vacationed island getaway. It's a couple miles south of here. It has much fancier accommodations. It's one of those big corporate outfits. Quite exclusive. And all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. But, it doesn't quite have the charm that this island has. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. Now, this is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity on this island. Yeah, your decisions matter. Mostly. When I agree with them. Oh, it is not like that other island. Anyways, what'll it be? And funny enough, every time it's done that, it's just like, oh, it's just that other island. It's so close. You don't want to go there. And then as, tomorrow, for those watching in Twitch, who knows how long in the past if you're watching this on YouTube, as part of the ending stuff with, compilation with Wraith, you do get to go to IP Island at least for a little bit. It actually exists. Anyways, we're going volleyball. Wow! It's so exciting to have someone else into athletics on the island. Spirit and Wraith are so boring, and Trapper is so predictable, relying on brute strength to win games. He has no respect at all for grace and skill. Thank goodness you didn't choose the yacht. What kind of person wants to be sitting duck in the middle of the open ocean? You're just asking for a sneak attack from an elk. Wondered how long it would take for her to bring up an elk attack. Oh, the game's starting up again. Make sure you're watching close. Huh. He is really something. Elk don't swim. Live in the forest long enough and you'll see an elk swim, believe you me. Cheer for me, cute stuff. Up, the killers resumed their place on the volleyball court and resumed the match they were playing before you arrived. Hey, fancy a lemonade? I see you working up a thirst, eyeing those bouncing buns playing volleyball. Oh, I'm getting thirsty. Claudette hands you your lemonade. Ooh, so fresh, so tart. She leans in and whispers in your ear. Who would you bet on to win? Who's the MVP of your little heart? You're nervous. You don't want any of these killers to hear you talking about them, or not talking about them if they're into that sort of thing. Just pick someone, please. It's not like we've got all day, night, week, month, year, lifetime, eternity, or anything like that.
Oh, who put sand in that guy's shorts? Sheesh.
Okay, I think let's bet on the person that we're trying to romance this playthrough. Huntress! Huntress? Moose can swim too? Yeah, they can. Moose love the water. Oh shoot, Huntress overheard you. Aw, you've got your eye on me? I'm flattered that you think I'm good, but honestly, I'm a little annoyed that I've been so flashy with my move. Usually I'm so sneaky you can barely see me at all. Huntress is totally kicking my butt. Correct answer. I'm allowed to support the other people on this island, right? Oh, geez, I have no idea what the rules are here. Are there even rules? I should have stayed in my secret Larry. My secret Larry. Wow, what a game. It's a tie. Can there even be a tie in volleyball? No one's really sure because this is everyone's first time playing. These killers don't usually have time for team sports amid their busy schedule of brutally tearing survivors to shreds. Aw, is Claudette crying? Hey, are you okay, Claudette? Probably just shedding a tear for her lost fellow survivors. Yeah, no, this resort had 4 employees when it opened up. It's nothing, I'm totally fine. Whatever you say, boss. Oh, look, the killers have dispersed and all are cooling down in their own way. Spirit's reading a novel, Trapper is stretching sensually in between chainsaw curls, Wraith is standing on the beach desperately hoping that the sand will swallow him up, and Huntress is doing some target practice with her bloodied hatchet. You feel a nudge. Dwight is looking at you expectantly. You should really make a move. Life is short. You could get snuffed out any time of day. Carpe diem, carpe PM, carpe nowum. Go ahead, chat one of them up. So which killers caught your eye? You head over to Huntress. After all, this whole sporty hangout thing was her idea. Might as well see how she's doing. Oh, you were really great out there. Where'd you learn to move like that? Whose moves? My moves? These moves? Oh, they're nothing. Huntress blushes a bit from beneath her mask. It's cute on cute, if you ask me. Sometimes you just gotta look past the little blood stains. A lot of men have run for their lives in my presence. You really learn a lot about what the human body is capable of in those type of scenarios. I love to exercise. In a way, we're all running for our lives when we keep it shape. I guess I never had thought of fitness that way. Maybe it's time to start. You never know who is coming for you. Through the brush as fast as they can, propelled forward by hunger, desperation, or plain old boredom. Well, it doesn't seem like boredom is gonna be your problem surrounded by all of these characters. Survival, on the other hand, you're gonna need to compensate for your lack of a killer instinct. What's your style? Imagination.
Imagination.
You know, what I lack in fitness, I make up for in imagination. I mean, because she's just like, they're just like, you're not as in shape as all of them. And you're like, I can do it through my grit. And they're like, no. You're a survivor. Your walk speed's 100. They all outpace you. I mean, what? I like to make up little games for myself to play. My imagination is very vivid. I can imagine the two of us panting, sweating, our clothes torn. Okay. I'm with you. Oh, you like my shirt thing? Imagination. Anyways, yes, you're talking about panting and yeah, I know where this is going. It's not where my in-game character wants. Our hands gripping the sheer face of a cliff's rock wall as we climb. Okay, not exactly where I was going, but sure. Up to a cavern entrance. Dark cave, slick with dew, shimmering in moonlight. Okay, I'm back with you. A pack of wolves await us there. Friends? Enemies? Dinner? We look into each other's eyes, then back at the wolves, and together we all howl. Ow! That sounds exciting. My blood is pumping just thinking about it. Oh, come on, everyone. The fun in games can't be over already. I get it. Volleyball, not ruthless enough. Look at us. We crave action, excitement. We crave the thrill of the hunt. That's the name of one of her perks in DBD. Huntress has Thrill of the Hunt. Now you know if you don't play DBD. It's time to see if our friend here has the hunter's instinct. I saw you surveying me like prey on the volleyball court. Huntress waves a bloody axe in the air and you step back nervously before you realize she's not waving it at you. She's handing it to you. Oh, don't worry, I've got several of these. It's important to hone your skills, especially when you're in a new place where threats may lurk around every corner. You need to make sure that you are the biggest threat of all. Just don't aim those things at me. Nah, you can't even see me. Mini games consist of blah 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 blah. Okay, that I am actually just legit skipping. Just instructions on how to do it. The answer is you play it like a DBD minigame. Throwing a hatchet at a target on a beach with some sexy monsters. Oh, couldn't really hear the music. I thought it was at a different part. That's alright, Huntress doesn't care. He's just like, yay, we're having fun. Ooh, perfect, nice. Huntress eyes you hungrily with a bite of her lip. Wouldn't want such a sharpshooter on my bad side. Or would I? What the hell does that even mean? Hatchet throwing, cool, I guess. I like my stabbing to be a bit more up close and personal. Somewhere a loud horn blows and the survivors snap into action. Time's up. You heard him. Get to the next activity. He's just like, hey. Seems like the next activity's meal time? How quaint. What? What were you expecting? Capture the flag? You know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. Oh, what were you expecting? Like a grand banquet hall with a huge table? Look, this isn't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Light and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there is very limited seating. Excuse me. Directly around you. And oh great, terrific. It seems like everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is they don't want to sit next to certain other people. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Hey, oh yeah, Trickster's here. Surprised? Well, they don't call him expected, stir. I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers and my whole shtick just gets a little flustered. Hey there, you're looking good. Real good. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. Like, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table if they sit side by side. Like, look at this. We can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. You were probably thinking it was an error, but no, it was completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Oh, I've got that. And I've pointed out every typo I've seen, game. Suck it. Okay, Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of them sit opposite of you. Huntress and Trapper sit at the ends with their enormous, sexy arms. Now that everyone's seated, we can begin dinner. Night's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? It's meat. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we can't divulge. My favorite. Meat is good.
Meat is murder.
Which you'd know, considering what you've been up to. How are you to get judgy now?
I was just sharing facts. You need to murder something to eat its meat, so that's, like, technically true.
Technically true is the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping, let's eat. Hey, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Like, it's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or like several parts of overlapping people? Like, no, it'll be fine. I'm telling you, I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know? Ooh. When you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. Oh, I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? This took 12 hours. And we do literally everything on the island. Nah, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meal. Wow, he's right for a change, because I am, with my broadaxe. He's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. First of all, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. But yeah, clean when the meat's cooked, because of no blood. Ugh. You two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough, grow up. Obviously, my gorgeous katana's the only option. Obs. The hell it is. Oh, I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like.
Please, stop. Please, I hate when we fight, or talk, or even when we look at each other in the eye.
I can do it, I have the skull of Azarov. Great. Instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death. Hey, I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. I mean dinner. Otherwise, this is going to go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 hours straight. And doesn't matter which one does it, because, you know, when they've done, they'll take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value in maintaining your tools. You know, despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they are always terrified of tetanus. Tetanus? Tetanus. I once had a tetanus. His name was Ace, and I gave him tetanus. Hey, why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold.
He hated when it got cold.
Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. All right, I'm gonna try something new. As our previous playthroughs have shown, if you do perfect, Trapper nearly... He really likes it when you get a perfect score. Spirit likes when you do well, but not perfectly. If you do pretty poorly, but not completely terrible, Wraith's like, at least you tried. So you know what? I assume that means Huntress is the, if you just completely mess everything up. Maybe because then, like, she'll do it for you. Or not.
Perfect. You know just when to play the part of harmless. They'll never see you coming.
Okay, or we'll impress the ocean. I was just like, well, there's one option left. It's gonna be Huntress, and the ocean's like, I mean, if you're gonna impress anyone, impressing the entity, they're dinner served for real. The sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involves lifting their mask and shoving food up behind them, are nasty. It's like watching me try and cut a cake, me to, well, I wouldn't miss entirely, but man, it's just like, it did come out of left field. See, so that's one of the reasons why I'm wondering, like, because, like, yeah, Spirit's playthrough was basically what you'd expect, like, Dead by Daylight dating thing to end as. Then Wraith, yeah, you saw as that went in a different turn, but, like, the ocean really got angry with you with some of Wraith's stuff. So, yeah, being I mean, if you've watched the previous ones, you know what the ocean's up to. Anyways, the sounds coming from when they eat on nasty. They got some nasty vibes. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to be really embracing being dead. They are all, like, dead, right? I mean, this is, like, obviously hell.
Oh, come on. We're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones working their asses off to make this night perfect.
At least they're lifting their masks. This is only, like, 99% as disgusting as it could be if they just tried to, like, mash stuff right up through there. Hey, Spirit, why aren't you hungry? The two best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about it. Number two is that there is no number two. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But now even worse is they're staring at you. You're not eating and they don't like that. Think they want an explanation why. What do you want to tell them? First, does the ocean even have an ass? I mean, it could sit in a chair. Later on, the narrator doesn't know how, it just does. Which, if the ocean's the entity, it has all of the power over this realm, so it can do whatever the hell it wants. Second, I don't think it matters. A lot of people are, for various places, like, pick this one. Because in Wraiths, when we did multiple things, either, it's just, so long as you answer the follow-up question. Like, for Wraith, it was, no matter what you picked, so long as you said, yeah, or no, I lied. He's happy because you're honest with him. So, you know what, we'll go with, I'm sorry. It's not the food or the company, I'm just super self-conscious how I look when I eat. I was just pretending to be grossed out by dinner, so I'd have an excuse not to chew in front of everyone. Oh, sorry if that made things awkward. I am actually extremely hungry. Yeah, watching people eat is gross, but try to relax and not worry what everyone thinks. It's so important to always remember people are watching you, judging you, definitely not ignoring you, right? Guys, is anyone listening to me? Typically a group that includes one, if not more, cannibals staring at you with meat juice dripping from their chins would be quite scary. But right now you're barely able to keep your head up, let alone get scared and run away. I'm a narrator, not a physician, so please don't take this as medical advice, but I'm pretty sure you need to eat to stay alive.
Oh hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor and guide, narrator to the narrator, the ocean.
I'm not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it.
I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you. Not unless you follow the right path. At least a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse.
What, starting scenes over and having to fast forward back to where you were? Am I right? Hi-oh!
For this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth.
Vague. Mysterious. I gotta give it up to this ocean character. That is some quality early game storytelling.
Hold on, I'm back.
Ugh.
One more piece of advice. You've made many choices by now. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It's in your best interest to make more choices that I like. For the choices might be yours to make, but they're mine to reward. And if you want to truly succeed in this place, you will need my help.
Choices are yours to make, but mine to take. You wake up to find Huntress holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Oh good, you're okay. Sometimes when I try and care for people, they have a way of ending up less alive than when I started. Well, which would be a total bummer if that happened to you. It's been so long since I had a normal, happy, healthy living person around. Usually I'm just falling into the same old routine of smashing everyone's heads open with a hatchet before I really get to know who they are as a person. But you're not nearly as scared or too busy writhing in pain to see me for me. You feel nervous in her arms. Not just because they're maybe crushing you like a little bit, but because she's beautiful. Well, yes, beautiful, but I was gonna narrate that fact, not, say it out loud as a single word like a creep. Beautiful mask, your bunny mask, it's quite gorgeous. She's a well-balanced individual is what I'm saying. I mean, she, trying her best. All of these people are well-balanced considering some of the other killers in DBD. I'll say that. Like, would you like to romance Doctor or Hag? Like, ugh. No. I choose uninstall the game. Oh, nice recovery. But now that you're awake and talking, you gotta keep this up. Did you make it yourself? You're the first person to ever ask me that. Yes, I did. You seem so quirky and cool. You could do anything. You could own an Etsy store, be a doctor. Why is it that you kill people? You can practically see the memories flickering across her eyes, but she hasn't tried to kill you yet, so that's a good sign. It's all I was ever taught to do as a young girl, so I thought that was right. Even through the mask, you can see Huntress is blushing a bit. Seems like your line of questioning has made her a little nervous. Hey, you didn't eat much at dinner. Want a snack? She offers you some jerky. I don't know, it's probably human jerky, but her spice game is on point because it smells pretty damn good. Sure. Well, when on Murderer's Island, you might as well eat as the killers do. Plus, you really are hungry, and you can chow down on jerky sensually, right? Yeah, I'd love some. Also, of all of the killers, we know that she hunts animals on this island. so it might not be human jerky. Narrator, you're wrong. And they're like, say I'm wrong again, and I give you a game over. I'm like, okay, it's human jerky, sure. After a moment of quiet chewing on what you choose to believe is not human thigh meat, I do choose to believe that, and I just said why. You decide to be bold and ask another question. Have you ever been in a relationship before? It's iguana bits? Yeah, it's iguana bits from Fallout 1.
That's also human for the people who haven't played Fallout 1.
Have you ever been in a relationship before? Oh, dang, you're really going there? You do not play around.
Yeah.
Huntress takes a moment to think deeply before answering. I must say it is quite amusing to see this hulking bombshell get all twisted up with these personal questions. Kudos to you. There was this one deer that looked at me quite provocatively in a clearing once. That doesn't count, does it? You hear the faintest giggles bubble out from behind Huntress's mask. You're cute, Huntress. No, it doesn't count. Whoa, what's this? You found something in the sand. Huntress reaches down to pick it up. Is it that disembodied head from before? No, it's a hair clip. Probably left by some little girl who was playing on the beach long ago and who is definitely still alive and not at all dead. Uh-huh. Huntress closes the bag of jerky with the hair clip. Seems like she's a little mixed up on how exactly this particular item works. Should you go with the flow or show off some of your knowledge of advanced humaning? No, she's interested in human stuff. She just doesn't understand. I mean, like, yeah, she's technically a human. It's not like she's actually like part animal. She's just mentally. You silly goose. You chuckle before reaching the bag of jerky. Before the bag of jerky. That's my mistake. Sorry, game. I was about to yell at you for a typo, but it was me all along. You take the barrette off and collect a lock of Huntress's hair, clipping it back into an attractive swoop. Much better. Huntress is so happy that you taught her something new about human trinkets. Yes, she touches the clip in her hair with a shy smile. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you and you quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Only to find that it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which they're waving in the air above their heads.
That's very important. We stick to the itinerary and attend each event scheduled.
Playing sick for cute points was not a part of this evening's activities. That is strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. At this rate, we're gonna be late. Playing sick? No, no time for excuses. Yeah, actually there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. Go, 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 go. Once everyone is gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not gonna blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not gonna say who, so don't worry, you, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means that we're behind on time for evening activities, and we'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Just one story, but story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh, great. We have to decide as a group. That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time, when I was passed out. Been there before, even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true. Is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Yeah, seriously, has anything ever happened on schedule, even once? Damn it, Donald, if you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick, I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia. Fuss and muss are back on the menu, boys. You two know I love to hack, slash, and dice. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Hey, wait, nobody named any names. Who knows names? Not us. Hey, I renounce my name. Who's a Donald? Who's a Dwight? Who knows anymore? Just call me nobody. But we still got to get started on story time. So, who do you think should go? That's the third time in a row. Normally, I'm leaving out my name so that it's more. Oh, you finally realized Donald is Dwight. Yeah, the first playthrough, which you can see on the Huntress and upload the video. I was very confused when he's like, "Damn it, Donald," and I'm like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?" And then, he doesn't know Dwight and Claudette's names. But this is the third time, and even before I start, I'm like, I'm not gonna do it this time. I'm not gonna do it this time, since I normally leave out my name, so it feels more as you, the viewer, are the one playing. But Silver, who do you think should go? Ah, damn it, that's a name. And damn it, Trapper's playthrough. I swear I will get that right. Please pick somebody quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. I'm very curious. The first thing that made me want to play, because when I first started playing, I was like, maybe this will, be funny for like one stream. I don't know if it'll, and then I said like, okay, this is a funny game on its own. Like, yeah, I kind of want to play it, but the thing that really made me want to play it more is their stories. Let's hear a new story. I choose you, Huntress. Hey, this entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, will ya? And I'm gonna need water. You're about to listen to a spooky story. Hydrate. Huntress steps up to tell her story. Campfire flickers in her faraway eyes. There is a village outside the deep and ominous redwood. No child dared step foot past the threshold of thick trees and brush that separated safety from the unknown. Grown men that ventured in often would never return, and the sounds that echoed out into the village were something inhuman. The women of the town told a story to the young children, hoping it would be enough to dissuade them from curious exploration beyond the boundaries of the village. They told of a creature that lurks in the wood, half woman, half beast, singing like a siren. Haunting, beautiful, her voice the last relic of her humanity. It lulls all who hear it into her domain, and not precocious child nor fierce soldier can escape once you are in her clutches. Those who've seen her say she wears a mask of hair stained with blood of so many poor souls. The hatchet she wields has been brought down brutally on the skull of many an unsuspecting hunter. The nightmare doesn't end there. For what's a hungry beast to do in the frigid winters with nothing but hunter meat to live off of? It is said that the Huntress, as the village calls her, couldn't bring herself to kill the young girls she came across in the forest. Instead, they'd suffer an even worse fate. Longing for a child of her own, she'd bring them back to her secluded camp to keep them safe. She'd wrap a tight cord of rope around their necks and affix them to the wall. That way, they'd be warm. That way, they'd be out of harm's way. The Huntress would even bring the girls presents. Toys she'd pilfered from other bodies, masks she'd fashioned out of things from the cottage, and little dolls made of grass and twigs. But these toys did nothing to quell the children's fear. Within days, the girls would waste away from starvation, dehydration. For all her good intentions, the Huntress had never learned how to care for a human child. You see a tear creep down from underneath Huntress's mask. Suddenly, the most beautiful singing voice you've ever heard fills the air. I don't actually remember what the tune is. Sleep, my darling tiny one, tucked within your bed so tight, else the old grey wolf will come and grab you by your side. Sure, that's the most beautiful singing voice you've ever heard. There's a brief moment of silence, and you feel the need to contribute to this stirring moment. Yeah. Again, what was it? I think it was Spirits, where you could just be like... Maybe Trapper would like that, but... What the... How do I know this song? What? He'll snatch you up between his teeth if on the bed's edge you sleep. and drag you to the forest deep beneath the quaking tree. I don't know the tune, sorry. Huntress can't believe you know this song. I can't believe I know this song. You share an intimate glance across the campfire. So close your eyes and fall asleep. Count the little woolly sheep. Tuck so tightly you must keep, or he will come for you. The song ends and you are both met with silence around the campfire.
Na 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 la 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 la.
I love that song. Bayu Bayushka, the old Soviet lullaby, right? It's the song my mother used to sing to me before bed every night. How the hell does my in-game character know? But now I must go. The memories, there's so much. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Hey baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. Look, I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of the island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island. I'm the only lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Huntress approaches. His cryptic clues, he's like, come and find me and I'll give you something, baby. And you're like, what could he mean? Of course you liked my story. Who wouldn't? It had everything. Cute kids, dead men, the Huntress. Yeah. When I was majoring in English in college, that was one of the classes. What makes a story? Cute kids, dead men, a Huntress. He's right. I find that all stories are better with the sound of a burning fire filling the air around you. All the smoke, however, I could do without. I'd rather eat barbecue than smell like it. Let's rinse off all that campfire with a dip in the hot tub, shall we?
Dipping in the hot tubs with the Huntress. You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her, an offer like that. Well, just don't forget our little talk.
Alright, so far Ocean doesn't disapprove of Huntress the way it did of Wraith. You and your storyteller friends slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and like jumps from the ocean into the pool, you're pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. Before you run off, I wanted to make something clear. You know that half woman, half beast I was talking about in my story? That's me. I'm her. I guess cool. Because, like, okay, the way I figure it's either, like, yes, you figured it out, and she could be like, oh, good, you saw. But I think since she is more... Despite not being the youngest, she is kind of the most juvenile, mentally. So just being like, wait, you're the Hunt? That's so cool. I think she'd actually like that. That's cool, lady. That's really awesome. Thanks for being vulnerable, telling such a personal story. Huntress faux shyly twirls her hair. Yeah. Just like, that's a cool story. And she's like, yay! Tell the truth. What did you think of my tale? Do I have the makings of a best-selling author, such as the comedic mastermind Dostoevsky? That's a funny line if you know anything about Russian literature. It was a really well-told narrative. Clear beginning, middle, and end. Yep. Riveted from the start. Plus the woman in the forest. I mean, you. are clearly not a true villain. You were just a traumatized child. Okay, now you're just being a suck-up. Huntress's eyes leer out from you from behind her mask. She's had her time in the spotlight and is playing coy now. Okay, like why? Like, your storytelling's bad. Meh. Like, yeah, that's a great way to romance someone. Yeah. Bunny mask, bunny-like hair, Russian girl, Russian wrestling. The Huntresses are Mika. Meh. Only if wrestling involves hatchets now. Why are you laughing? I can't help but giggle when I'm both about to die and also maybe falling in love. You cannot believe how awkward this intimidating woman seems right now. It is actually pretty endearing. You notice the temperature has dropped significantly despite your steamy company. Oh, it's a little chilly and your bare shoulders must be freezing. Let's head back to the fire. Put me to bed, eh? We hate to intrude on whatever smooth moves you were about to We hate to intrude on whatever smooth moves were about to unveil themselves, but it's time for bed. Usually nighttime is when I do my best hunting. But after a day like today, even I'm pretty tuckered out. Will I see you tomorrow, Silver? Only if I don't see you first. You make a cute little bow hunting motion. Huntress catches the imaginary arrow you shoot in her teeth and then bites down hard, snapping it in half. At least you think that's what she's doing? It's kind of hard to tell. Good night, my little snack. I'm sure that wasn't a reference to actually eating you, right? Oh, you and Huntress are adorable. I am surprised. I thought Wraith was going to be the cutest playthrough. I will admit I was wrong. This is pretty adorbs. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Huntress's story of the half-human beast that abducted all those innocent children and attempt to save them that led to their doom. Are you a mistaken prisoner here on this island? Is this your salvation or your demise? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive, their now familiar creepy smiles stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're gonna make you comfortable or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease? Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types that you want to rob of their beauty sleep. Not a real minigame. It's all just DVD music and one interview with the, like, lead guy. So we'll go with, the current Attack on Titan loading screen music. All right, we're good. Woo! No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would you like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire? Huntress, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Huh, so what's her remedy for sleep gonna be? Huntress appears in an instant. You really did not hear her coming. She's more than happy to tell you her secret for falling asleep when she's feeling restless. And it is... Huh. If a Soviet lullaby doesn't work, the special mushroom tea has always done the trick. When I'm not coating the blade of my hatchet in it to ease the passing of my victims, I'm steeping it in a piping hot mug of water. Try it. You do. You finally start to feel sleepy. Except maybe it's not like a sleepy feeling. It's more like you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky. By now, you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head. But this one is still undeniably odd.
Oh, I really worked up a sweat watching those killers toss the ball around, huh? Would it have hurt so much to go splash around in some cool ocean waves afterwards? I'm just saying, I'm out here, you know.
What? Yeah. Also, that one makes sense that like you feel because it always says you feel paralyzed when you fall asleep. The darkness overtakes you no matter what. You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Ooh. We've had Huntress and we've had Trapper. We've never had Wraith as our least favorite before. Wraith stares at you awkwardly. He says nothing, just stares. You look around to see if there's something going on behind you or like on either side, but nah, just staring.
Oh, you're awake. I saw you with the Huntress right before bedtime.
Are you making some sort of alliance? Are you with... Wraith scans the horizon.
Them? I'm just making sure you are who you say you are. I've been burned before, and something seems off on this island since you've arrived. Even more off than usual.
Maybe we could talk more about that tomorrow? It's just, since you got here, I think we could have a really nice day tomorrow. Together.
It's just, you have no idea how long I've been here with these monsters. To be honest, I have no idea either. They're just awful, boring and loud and stupid. You're different. There's finally someone here on my level. You're thoughtful, interesting, gentle. I think we could, you know, have fun.
Oh, is that what you're calling it?
I could show you some cool stuff if you want.
If you don't, that's totally cool. I get it. No pressure. In fact, probably forget I was here. Good night. We did Spirit's playthrough, and then we did Wraith, and I had to break Spirit's heart. Now as Huntress, apparently I'm breaking Wraith's heart. Yeesh. Finally alone for real this time. Maybe. You drift off to sleep. Hopefully you're not poisoned. Wait a second. Where are we? This isn't... Aw, jeez, it is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to the camera. I think today it went really well. These are some of my first interactions with someone who isn't the parent that didn't end in bloodshed or untimely perishing in my Russian cottage. So I'm counting today as a win no matter what happens. What do I think of the newcomer? Do I have to say? Oh, I do. Okay, attractive, mysterious. I really don't know that many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk and I had to wash her entrails off my Sataphon. That being said, the other three should make sure to be on their guard. Don't know who this newcomer will want to spend time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit's just screaming all the time, major buzzkill, and Trapper, ugh, where do I begin with Trapper? Buff, sure, but daddy issues much? Jish. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat a fine diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I am fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think that I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. If I'm being honest, I just want to kill about every person I meet within a minute of meeting them. Even the few people I can tolerate, I want to see suffer a long time, and that's before I kill them. But this person, for some reason, I'd like them to continue living for now. One false step, and, well, I mean, you know, everyone calls me Trapper for a reason. Oh, and they better call me Trapper. I swear, if I watch this later and you list me as Evan, I'm gonna kill the Chiron guy. I don't really care. This island is full of people who don't really like me, so what's one more? I don't want to get distracted from my plan anyways. I know that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, okay, those are a choice, sure. So if someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that's being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that's used me and thrown me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help? Huh, I don't know who our second lowest is. Both Trapper and Spirit gave the, like, middle one. What kind of person wants to be sitting duck in the middle of the open ocean? You're just asking for a sneak attack from an elk. Oh, the game's starting up again. Make sure you're watching close. Elk don't swim. Live in the forest long enough and you'll see an elk swim, believe you me.